Hello, everybody. Just thought I'd welcome you to another episode of Cooking with Denoy while driving. Um, for today, I found some pork here. They have it as pork stew chunks and stuff like that. I guess just leftover meat that they are selling as pork stew meat, and it's only $3.21. You get $1.38 off, so I decided to go ahead and grab it because I'm hungry for meat. So this is actually more pork than I can eat in a meal, so I'm planning on using it for 2 meals. I'm going to use it for brunch and then also for dinner. Now, I don't have, well, I do have semi-cool refrigeration right now, which I'll talk about in another episode, but I'm not sure if the meat would last, all day raw or, till this evening or this afternoon. So, I just left the store right now and plan on cooking the meat right away. So I'm going to cook this whole batch of meat and then split it in half and use half of it for brunch and then the other half for dinner. So what I've done right now is we're going to cook while we're driving because we are headed back from Walmart to the hut. Um, I put in some olive oil right here, extra virgin olive oil to coat the bottom of the I guess the pot there. And then all I plan on doing is just adding the meat in there and then sprinkling it with this Badia Complete seasoning. And then I'll go ahead and start the cooking process while I'm driving. And hopefully the food will be done by the time I make it up to the hut. Okay, after opening up the meat and putting it into the pot and seasoning it, I can see that this is way more meat than I thought was in there. So this is enough meat to probably make about 4 meals. Um, I'm planning on going ahead to cook it all anyways right now because I didn't want to save raw meat because I think it's going to be safer to save the meat after it's been cooked. So we're going to go ahead and cook the whole batch, and then split it up into serving portions and figure out what to do after that. But this is like way more meat than I thought. It's like almost a full pot. Okay, I drove the vehicle for about 2 or 3 miles, and I'm stopped right now to get some water, and I decided to take advantage of this time to flip the meat. What you want to do is I use this to flip the meat around to try to get it to cook evenly. Put the bottom on the top, top on the bottom. And I'm just going to seal it back up with the lid and then let it keep cooking. As you can see, I put the lid back on and put the straps in place to hold it secure. Moving it back to where it's secure. And I'm going to set the cooker on high again. Now it's cooking again. You can hear the inverter kick on with the fan. And we'll just let it continue to cook. As you can see, the meat is like really cooking in there right now. It's kind of like frying and I guess baking or broiling. Instead of heading over to the hut, I've decided to divert and head over to the library to try to get some work done this morning. So we're going to go ahead and finish cooking up here in the library parking lot and eat breakfast or brunch. And then, well, it's more like breakfast. It's still kind of pretty early. And then we'll head over to the hut to do some work and check it out and see how intact it is and how everything held up over the past week while we've been gone. Alright. It's been probably about 10-15 minutes since we started cooking. And it looks like our meat's pretty much done. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to save a lot of the meat there on the in these containers here. And then leave some here to finish up cooking for today's breakfast. And the meat that I put into the containers will be saved for a later meal. Alright, as you can see, I managed to box up some of the meat here, which I'll use for maybe 1 or 2 other meals. And I've left a little bit of meat here. This is pork in the rice cooker, and it's on low mode. And normally what I would do is set this meat aside and pull it out, and then make a dipping sauce of soy sauce to dip it in. But because I'm trying to eat real quick and I don't want to make a big huge mess, I'm going to try something different. I'm just going to take some soy sauce and pour it right into the meat here, and then let it sit on simmer. And then I'm going to open up the back of my vehicle and cook the rice. So Then the rice can cook and be ready to eat, and I'll have my breakfast and then go on into the library and get some work done. As you can see, I've added some soy sauce. So now I'm just going to let it simmer and cook up my rice. Okay, I am now in process of cooking the rice in the back. I have the unit hooked up, plugged in, turned on. It's on cook. Now all I have to do is just put the lid on it and let the rice cook for about 10-15 minutes, and then it should be done. And then I can have rice and pork chops, or rather pork chunks, with soy sauce in the morning for breakfast. So that's what the plan will be. Alright, and here's the result of our efforts. Just a simple meal of white rice with pork and soy sauce. Should make a nice filling meal that should carry me throughout the day before dinner. Bon appetit, everybody.